Yeah. Well, X is, I think, the one place where you can find out the truth.
Yes.
And
the only place.
yeah.
So how much pressure, to the extent you can say, has there been on you to shut it down or to censor it?
Well, I mean, apart from the multiple Democrats saying that I should go, they want to put me in jail, take away all government contracts from my companies, nationalize my companies, deport me as an illegal, and have me arrested because I'm apparently Putin's best friend. Nothing besides those things.
So you saw what?
But that doesn't mean that it's the best for the economy.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Happy Friday evening. Shout out to everybody watching. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Those folks that are in the live chat, what is up? What is up? I hope you guys had an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Elon Musk is officially now the king of the MAGA media universe. What is up, Terry? What's up, Kathy? Hope everybody's doing amazing. Elon Musk, the fight against censorship continues. Donald Trump released a statement today, which we'll get into. We're going to get into a few articles. Holy smokes. This is an iconic image of dark goth MAGA right here. Look at this. He's going super sane right here. Just absorbing all the audience energy. Elon Musk, the born-again MAGA crusader, has spent the last 2 years reshaping one of the world's major social media networks. He purchased Twitter for $44 billion, and it is the only free speech platform on the intrawebs at the moment. So shout out to Elon. Give Elon a huge round of applause, because Elon absolutely is making his waves, Philip says, sun, moon, stars, skies are all up. What is up? What is up? Now, I got this article right here. This Tesla market cap topped $1 trillion today. How awesome is that? How many of you guys like the Cybertruck, by the way? How many of you guys like the Cybertruck? I think it's pretty cool. Tesla's market cap tops $1 trillion after another Trump-fueled jump in stocks. The front end of this baby is freaking awesome. What is up? Great to see you tonight as well. Hope you're doing amazing. The only thing is it's made of stainless steel, and these fingerprints are kind of annoying, but I don't have one myself, but it's kind of cool. So Tesla Inc. market valuation topped $1 trillion today on Friday after post-election rally lifted the electronic vehicle maker's stock by more than 25% in hopes of an incoming Trump administration would benefit the company while hampering its EV competitors. No EVs can catch up to what Elon Musk and Tesla are doing. Ford tried it. Chevy tried it. Tesla's basically a data company at this point. They have so much data that none of these other vehicle makers doing EVs can compete with what is actually going on with them. Tesla stock rallied more than 8% on Friday, closing the highest since 2022. That says a lot. The market is moving. The market's moving not only in Tesla's direction, but also S&P 500, those of you that invest. But anyways, Donald Trump announced the most expansive First Amendment protections from a president. Did you guys see this already? This was a fantastic. Donald Trump is just dropping more and more. Thelma says it's ugly. I'm not a car person. I get it. It's somebody says, I'm not too crazy about it. Reminds me of an oversized DeLorean. It does have reminiscence. I look super tan. I don't know what is going on, but like, it does look like an oversized DeLorean. It does. I'm a sucker for the DeLorean though. When the first time that I seen it in Back to the Future, I was like, that's a cool car. It's massive. It is a massive vehicle. The windshield is huge. It's crazy. I actually prefer as a daily driver. I don't have a Tesla, but I prefer the Y. I like the Y. It's kind of SUV. But anyways, here's what Donald Trump had to say about freedom of speech and protections of freedom of speech. Let's jump into this.
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple, just like dominoes, one by one. They'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case because they've taken it away. In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately. And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to label domestic speech as mis or disinformation. And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly, whether they are the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health, Human Services, the FBI, the DOJ, no matter who they are. Second, I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified. These include possible violations of federal civil rights law, campaign finance laws, federal election law, securities law, and antitrust laws, the Hatch Act, and a host of other potential criminal, civil, regulatory, and constitutional offenses. To assist in these efforts, I am urging House Republicans to immediately send preservation letters. And we have to do this right now.
You got to do it
the
right
Biden
now.
administration, the Biden campaign, and every Silicon Valley tech giant, ordering them not to destroy evidence of censorship. Third, upon my inauguration as president, I will ask Congress to send a bill to my desk revising Section 230 to get big online platforms out of censorship business.
Does this mean that YouTube might possibly be less censored or shadow banned for speaking against particular political parties? I hope so.
From now on, digital platforms should only qualify for immunity protection under Section 230 if they meet high standards of neutrality, transparency, fairness, and non-discrimination. We should require these platforms to increase their efforts to take down unlawful content such as child exploitation and promoting terrorism, while dramatically curtailing their power to arbitrarily restrict lawful speech. Fourth, we need to break up the entire toxic censorship industry that has arisen under the false guise of tackling so-called mis and disinformation. The federal government should immediately stop funding all nonprofits and academic programs that support this authoritarian project. If any U.S. university is discovered to have engaged in censorship activities or election interferences in the past, such as flagging social media content for removal of blacklisting, those universities should lose federal research dollars and federal student loan support for a period of 5 years and maybe more. We should also enact new laws laying out clear criminal penalties for federal bureaucrats who partner with private entities to do an end run around the Constitution and deprive Americans of their First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights. In other words, deprive them of their vote. And once you lose those elections, and once you lose your borders like we have, you no longer have a country. Furthermore, to confront the problems of major platforms being infiltrated by legions of former deep staters and intelligence officials, there should be a 7-year cooling off period before any employee of the FBI, CIA, NSA, DNI, DHS, or DOD is allowed to take a job at a company possessing vast quantities of U.S. user data. Fifth, the time has finally come for Congress to pass a digital Bill of Rights.
Whoa.
This should include a right to digital due process. In other words, government officials should need a court order to take down online content, not send information requests such as the FBI was sending to Twitter.
We remember FBI and Twitter, right? Elon Musk has access to all of the Twitter files. All of the...
Furthermore, when users of big online platforms have their content or accounts removed, throttled, shadow banned, or otherwise restricted, no matter what name they use, they should have the right to be informed that it's happening, the right to a specific explanation of the reason why, and the right to a timely appeal. In addition, all users over the age of 18 should have the right to opt out of content moderation and curation entirely and receive an unmanipulated stream of information if they so choose. The fight for free speech is a matter of victory or death for America and for the survival of Western civilization itself. When I am president, this whole rotten system of censorship and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't be anything left. By restoring free speech, we'll begin to reclaim our democracy and save our nation. Thank you, and God bless.
What do you guys think about that? Somebody said, there goes Tumblr. Is Alex Jones going to be able to come back on YouTube? What about Andrew Tate? All these people that were kicked off the platform. Candace Owens recently came back. She was kicked off the platform from YouTube. Shadow ban has been going around. See that? It's been going around on the YouTubes. What do you guys think about that? I'm going to read some of these comments here. I'm going back. Terry says, I have a Scion, 2006 Scion. Yeah, I actually have it's a 2012, what is it? GMC Yukon. I haven't had a car payment in a very long time. I love it. Absolutely love it. Jenny says, there goes Tumblr. The boss is back, kicking butt and taking names. Donna says, free speech. Get a Life 133 says. Philip says, fantastic. This is the best news ever. Righteous Justice says, Alex is coming back. I hope so. I hope so. Candace Owens, I believe, said that she would pay Alex Jones's salary if he became press secretary. The View needs to be canceled completely. Yes, this is great news. Great news. Because this is the direction that we're going. The internet is the way that we communicate. And when we're limited or throttled or shadow banned, it limits the amount of information that the people can see. Taking back our media, and internet, social media is the media. Elon Musk tweeted earlier today, was it today or yesterday, and said that X is the media right now. Terry says, bring back Dan Bongino. Yes, Dan Bongino is another person that got kicked off the platform. And for some reason, also, people are getting shadow banned and censored on Rumble, which is crazy to me. This is awesome news. Everybody's saying, yes, I want to see more Dan Bongino. Absolutely. Just because Google or YouTube doesn't agree with what somebody is saying, it doesn't mean that they have to get kicked off the platform, you know? This goes with what Donald Trump was saying. Trump's first action in the White House is an executive order to kill censorship. And this was in a podcast here.
I want to ask you about the protections that we need for social media companies. How can we stop the government from being able to bully social media companies into censoring content that it dislikes?
With control over the executive branch, it would be surprisingly easy not to take the whole thing out, but to devastate it in effectively a single blow. All you would need is an incoming day one executive order that prohibits government grants and contracts to going to any private company or nonprofit entity that engages in domestic disinformation. It does what the Supreme Court should have done and said that the funding of censorship by the government is censorship by the government. That EO will allow you to go agency by agency and kill all of those grants and contracts that comprise the censorship industry. There are hundreds of thousands of people now around the world and tens of thousands of people here in the U.S. whose full-time, their paychecks, their livelihoods, their mortgages are effectively paid for by doing full-time 24/7 censorship work. This field did not exist 8 years ago. It was created after the 2016 election as a response to Trump winning to stop a night like tonight where he might win again.
Trump was one of the first presidents back in 2016 to use social media to his advantage, utilizing sources like Twitter at the time to promote his campaign. One of the trailblazers of that. Few says Gutfeld will lose about 50% of his jokes. I think you might be right there. Oh man. Free speech isn't always pretty. Yep. It's it's crazy because it's not just like, it's not even misinformation. It is more, I don't agree with you, so this is why you're getting shadow banned, or I don't agree with you. And that's what we'll get into here. The next couple clips are Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, and I'll see it here in a minute, but they're talking about the censorship on other platforms and then how Twitter utilizes the community notes to actually create more of a conversation around what somebody would perceive as misinformation. It's just an opportunity to, they place the entire clip in the community notes, and then that person scrolling on X gets to see and make their own decision based on what they determine, if it's considered misinformation or what they agree with it or not.
There was
the X is the #1 news source on Earth.
Yeah.
On Earth. It's the most trusted because it's the only one that's not fucked with.
Yep.
So even if someone's incorrect, the community notes will correct them.
Yep.
The community notes are rock solid. It's a great way to find out what's real and what's not real. And then you look in the comments and you see people debating it. And it's happening in real time. And it's happening whenever something breaks. And it's way better than what you're going to get on corporate controlled media. It's way better.
Elon Musk buying Twitter was at least as important as Trump winning.
It's
election again, maybe more. Maybe the most important thing about Trump winning might be that he's able to stop them from coming after Elon Musk.
Well, that's a big factor, but I also think that Elon Musk buying Twitter, if that doesn't happen, I don't think Trump wins the way he wins.
Oh, 100%.
I think it's real tight. I think if he does win, it's barely. Okay, let's take podcasts out. He doesn't win at all.
Yep. I think the race still would have been close, but Joe Rogan's right there. Well, let me know what you guys think about that. Because if podcasts were out, Trump's message probably wouldn't gotten out as clearly and as defined as it was. Get a Life 133 says mainstream fake media and their fake news must stop as well. They should also be held accountable for election interference, what they've done, and what they've done. 100%. I agree with that. Jenny says, what kills me with censorship is when something gets reported on Facebook, 99% of the time, the post doesn't get taken down. True. And, on platforms like this and platforms like, I'll use this one for an example. Platforms like this with YouTube, if they take something down, you can get an appeal, but an AI does the appeal process. You have to go through a very litigious process in order to get the appeal removed. And I've been through that a few times already for getting quote unquote misinformation out or whatever the situation is. And there is no, I'm not doing any of that. It's crazy. This is Joe Rogan talking to Theo Vaughn. I guess Elon Musk created some type of algorithm. Here you go. To determine election results, and that might be something that might be implemented here in the future. This program that Elon created,
like Tulsi and JD Vance. I was getting a different. Apparently, Elon created an app, and he knew who won 4 hours before the results. So as the results were coming in, 4 hours before they called it, Dana White told me Elon was like, "I'm leaving. It's over. Donald won." He just fucking somehow or another.
I'm gonna go back into my pod and evaporate.
I don't know what he's getting, where he's pulling his data from, but he had like the most accurate data in terms of the rural states hadn't put the results in yet, but yet Trump was ahead in these states. Kamala's never going to win those states, so tabulated that and like put it all together. I don't know how he did it. But
yeah,
Dana. I haven't even talked to Elon about this. I don't know like the Dana translation, but Dana said he had an app, and he was like showing him. He's like, "It's over," and he fucking left.
I could see that. I could see that. He probably has all the data on going to the voting stations or whatever the situation is. Elon did have you heard it on Tucker? Yeah. Truth Defender says podcasts end up being truth telling and are more reliable than mainstream media. I agree with that. Little Santana, debates are so important. Sad enough, the left stopped that by censoring American people. Yes. Terry says some people need to hear the hard truth. I agree. Oh, this is Joe continuing talking about Theo Vaughn. There was a video that was posted about Kamala Harris's campaign, and it was a very candid video. And I don't know why they didn't post it sooner, but it was just a very candid video, and it showed a human side to her. I'm not going to share it because it's not worth it. She lost. She's fired. Elon, a few says Elon is one really smart African American. Yes. Get a Life 133 says true. You helped us too, Tyson. Thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. This is what these platforms like this are for, is to share information and to build community just like we're doing. And if they limit that and shadow ban it, it creates, it creates this kind of fake narrative, if you would.
this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to Kamala Harris. I'm like, I bet there's a person in there. I bet I can get to that person.
Yeah.
I wanted to find that person. I don't want to hear all the speeches. I don't want to hear, I was raised middle class. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
She's a roller skater. You know that?
No, I would love to find that out.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to her about all kinds of shit. I literally said, like, because there was a few restrictions of things they didn't want to talk about. But I said, I don't give a fuck. I go get her in here. Like,
Sorry
whatever you
about
want to
that,
talk
guys.
about. And they want to know if I edit. I'm like, there's not going to be any editing. There's no editing.
Yeah.
We're not going to edit. But
yeah, that's the same thing they asked
just-
us. Is there an edit? You
Yeah,
know?
I just wanted to talk. I feel like you give someone a couple of hours and you start talking about anything. I'm going to see the pattern of the way you think. I'm going to see the way you process ideas. I'm going to see whether or not you're calculated or whether you're just free.
Yeah.
Or are you comfortable with you, or are you projecting things? Like, she's got 80 different accents. How do you decide which one to pull out?
Yeah.
Like, she's got,
Yeah.
she busts out different accents depending on who she's talking to.
Yeah.
They should have
I do
made her
that
talk
too,
to a
though.
bunch of Chinese folks. I would have loved to hear that accent. I want to see what
I do that too, though. I like to meet people where they're at.
Sure.
You know? Oh, if I see somebody that's, I'll be like, what's happening, my friend? It's like, I like to meet people where they are,
Yeah,
I would have loved to see Kamala Harris on Joe Rogan, but it's all good. Maybe she might go on now. Who knows? Who knows? She might go on now. I don't know. Now that she lost, who knows? Cindy says the future is going to be amazing. Well, Joe Rogan, Few says, will Joe Rogan get her on January 20th? Maybe. She has a lot of free time now. Finding Dory says, we love you. Love you guys too. Really appreciate you guys. I'm going to run through these comments here. Let's see. The future looks amazing. And that is why she didn't go on Joe Rogan. Yep. Because Joe Rogan probably would have she wouldn't have been able to hold a conversation. But yeah, that's just what it is. Mainstream media is dying. Stocks have been going up the last couple days since Donald Trump became the president. And the economy's changing. Things are shifting for the good. And Donald Trump is pumping out things that he's going to do on these little pressers, these little video pressers. Imagine if all these things were changed. Imagine how the landscape is going to look. Cindy said, I like the Cybertruck in some snappy color, though, and with the lighting underneath with sparks. Yeah. Truth Defender says, why X is super important. Let me see. Super important. That is why you can call lie in real time and catch proof on the spot. Yep. I agree. Well, cool, guys. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button. Share this. Subscribe if you kindly would. Smash the like button. It super helps. That's the only price of admission, as some other folks on the intro web would say. Finding Dory, what is up? Thanks for catching the live. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate all the mods. Shout out to all the mods. Give a round of applause to the mods. And we have some of the best chat on the YouTubes. I'm going to jump on out of here. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button. Share, subscribe, guys. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.